I went to Treadworth Road School and then Hatherley Road School and then did an exam for Gloucester Art School. So my later education was in the Gloucester Art School because I was supposedly a little artistic. And I left Gloucester Art School in 1946, still went in the evenings, and started work in a store in Gloucester which was called Denton's, opposite Marks and Spencer's, which at that time was the most prestigious fashion store in Gloucester. And I was taught display and presentation and store decoration. And apart from going in the army for a couple of years, I stayed in the display trade for the rest of my life. At the end of my schooling in Hatherley Road School, most of my friends, they either went on to Central Road School for further education, or they went to what was called the Gloucester Technical College. I believe it's just being demolished or being demolished in Brunswick Road. And the ones who were technically inclined, they will go to the Gloucester Tech to have further training. But because I was considered to be artistic, I did the test and I won a special place to go to Gloucester Art School. And I was there until 1946 when the war ended, and not really sure where I was going to work. Quite a few of my school friends went to Slade to the animation studios. And one of my friends, who I'm still in touch with now, he studied animation, and he became very skilled. And he was the animation director on the well-known film about the rabbits, Watership Down. And he was the animation director, so he rather went a long way up the ladder. But one day somebody came into the college and said that the local ladies' department store was looking for a young man to train and display. And one of the masters said, well, I think Slade would be ideal, and they recommended me. I went for the interview and never knew whether I would stay there or not, but I stayed and eventually worked at various department stores in London and various parts. When the Gloucester Carnival began to gather momentum, we were asked if we would put in an entry for the store, and naturally that fell to myself as display manager and my team. So we would go down to India Road, where the Co-op had their big depot, and we would politely commandeer one of their large trucks or vehicles and then proceed to decorate it. And each year we had to come up with a different theme. We had the one in the photograph is a Rolls Royce, and the wheels of the car are about the same height as an average man, so that gives an idea of the scale. We also did a Mississippi River steamer. This was the boat because I was the captain. I'm wearing a double-breasted coat with brass buttons, and I've got a cap, and I'm wearing a bow tie. The boy on the young man on the extreme left is dressed like an old-fashioned sailor. He's got a short jacket and a striped jersey, which the sailors wore in those days. The tall gentleman standing next to me, he was one of our artists, and he's dressed like a city gent with a top hat and a three-quarter tweed coat. And the gentleman on the other side is dressed similar. They were both printers, painters, and silkscreen artists, and they printed all the tickets and the posters for the Gloucester Cooperative Society. My brother actually was a better artist when he was a teenager. He was a better draftsman than I was, but for some reason he didn't want to pursue it. I found drawings that he did later on when I was growing up, and his drawing, I was a horse person, and he was crazy on trains. and he was always drawing trains. And I found drawings that he'd done without any training, and they were better than mine at that age. So I don't know where it comes from. No one else in my family wanted to be a draftsman, so there we are. There it goes.